Hello everybody, welcome to another Anatomy and Physiology live stream. Hello. Welcome to another TikTok live stream for Anatomy and Physiology for the HESI. I hope you guys are all doing super well today. Hello, welcome in. Good to see you guys again. Hello. It's always super enjoyable to do these lives with you guys and help you guys out for your upcoming TEAS or HESI exam. Hello. Welcome in, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Hope you guys are doing well. Hello. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Hello. Welcome in. We'll get started here in just a moment once we get some more people in here. Hello, everybody. We're just about to get started here in just a moment. We'll wait for some people to get in here. Welcome in. Hello, everybody. I appreciate it if you guys like the live. It does get it out to more people. Hello. Welcome. We'll get started here in just a second. Thanks for following. I really appreciate it. Thanks for joining. Hello. Welcome in. All right, we'll go ahead and get started, everybody. Welcome in. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Ollie. I have a master's degree in molecular medicine, and I do go live every single day covering anatomy and physiology topics that you guys request. We'll go ahead and get started here today. We're a little focused on physiology more so. So thanks for following, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks for following, everybody. I do go live every single day covering anatomy and physiology topics. We're going to go ahead and get started here with number 1. Which chamber of the heart pumps oxygenated blood into systemic circulation? Thanks for all the follows, guys. We're on number 1 here. Which chamber of the heart pumps oxygenated blood into systemic. My goodness, sorry. It's been a long day, so my bad. Awesome, guys. It is D. It is the left ventricle. Awesome. What is the primary pacemaker of the heart for number 2? What is the primary pacemaker of the heart? Moving on to number 2 now. If you're just joining us, welcome in. My name's Ollie. I do go live every single day covering anatomy and physiology. Today we are working more so with some HESI and TEAS, anatomy and physiology prepping you guys for that. This is great for your anatomy and physiology class as well. And it is C. It is the essay node. Moving on to number 3, stroke volume is defined as. Awesome, guys. You guys are killing it. If you're just joining, welcome. Hello. I hope you guys are doing great this Thursday evening. Hello. We are on number 3. Stroke volume is defined as. Alright, so we'll explain this one here. The correct answer, stroke volume is the amount of blood that is ejected from the ventricle per beat. Some people put B. So B would actually be cardiac output. Let me increase the size. B is cardiac output. Heart rate. So CO, or cardiac output, is heart rate multiplied. Oh, wait, no, hold on. That's in the answer choice. Times stroke volume. I'm so sorry. It is heart rate x CO equals stroke volume. Wait, I'm sorry. So heart rate times stroke volume is our cardiac output. So that's why this one's false. Sorry about that. I got my words tripped up. Thanks for all the follows, guys. I'm so nervous to take my TEAS test. Don't be nervous. You got this. TEAS is for the entrance exam for nursing. Thanks for all the likes on the live, guys. I really appreciate it. Number 4, which factor directly increases cardiac output? Moving on to number 4 now, guys. Which factor directly increases cardiac output? This will be on YouTube afterwards, and my YouTube is linked in my bio. I'm making it a way from my website to download these tests. It's not up yet, but I'll definitely let you guys know when it is. But moving on to number 4 now. Which factor directly increases cardiac output? It'd be B. It'd be increased heart rate. Remember, our cardiac output was our stroke volume times our heart rate. All right, moving on. The Frank-Starling law states that an increased preload leads to an increased preload. You just started? Yes, I did just start. Yep, we're doing some anatomy and physiology today, and then tomorrow we're actually doing some pharmacology. And I should be live at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. And if you're just joining us, welcome. We are on number 5. The question asks, the Frank-Starling law states that an increased preload leads to. The answer is B. It is increased stroke volume. The Frank-Starling law states that the more the heart muscle is stretched, which is also increased preload, the stronger the contraction will be, and a stronger contraction will lead to a higher stroke volume. Alright, moving on to number 6. Which blood vessels are responsible for gas and nutrient exchange? Moving on to number 6 now. Which blood vessels are responsible for gas and nutrient exchange? What score is recommended for the TEAS? I definitely would first of all check with the school that you're trying to get into. But anything above a 90 is where you're going to stand out for a good program. The questions are free on here on TikTok and YouTube. Number 6, which blood vessels are responsible for gas and nutrient exchange? The answer is C. Number 7, blood pressure is primarily regulated by. And if you are just joining, welcome in. We're doing some anatomy and physiology review for the TEAS and HESI. This is literally the link. Like, this is the free, like, the questions. Number 7, blood pressure is primarily regulated by. The autonomic nervous system. Remember, it has the ANS is going to regulate our blood pressure through sympathetic and parasympathetic control, either increasing blood pressure through the sympathetic or decreasing it through the parasympathetic. Number 8, which hormone increases blood pressure by promoting vasoconstriction? I'm doing pharmacology tomorrow. Hello from Georgia. Hello, welcome. We are doing 12:30 p.m. tomorrow, so Friday. We're doing pharm tomorrow. The questions are on here. I do post the replay to YouTube afterwards. And then I'm working on a way on my website for you guys to download the questions a little easier, the whole documents and everything. So stay tuned for that. It'll be posted whenever that is done. Thanks for all the follows, guys. We're on number 8 if you're just joining us. The answer is C, epinephrine. Oops. Which hormone increases blood pressure by promoting vasoconstriction? That would be epinephrine. Adrenaline causes vasoconstriction, which would increase our blood pressure. Number 9, a patient with uncontrolled hypertension is at risk for what? And hello, everybody. If you're just joining, my name is Ollie. I do go live every single day covering anatomy and physiology topics or any topics that you guys request. I do have a master's degree in molecular medicine, and I've been teaching anatomy and physiology for about 5 years now. Awesome. And we are number 9 if you're just joining us. Tomorrow we'll actually do some pharmacology. Move this down here. Friday Farm. All right, and the answer to number 9 is B, heart failure. So a patient with uncontrolled hypertension is at risk for heart failure. So an uncontrolled high blood pressure would force the heart to work harder, eventually leading to that heart failure. Number 10, which ion is essential for cardiac muscle contraction? Which ion is essential for cardiac muscle contraction? So we can explain that. Yes, this is for HESI A2. So sodium is responsible for the action potential. Calcium is what's going to... So the answer here is B, it's calcium. Calcium is what's required for muscle contraction. That's because calcium binds to troponin, which moves tropomyosin off of the actin G sites, so myosin heads can bind to actin. So remove tropomyosin. Myosin heads bind to actin, pulling it towards the center of the sarcomere or the M line, and that is what our contraction is. Sodium generates the ion potential, or the action potential, but not the contraction itself. It's calcium that deals with the contraction. Hopefully that clear everything up. Awesome, perfect. Moving on, there's similar questions to TEAS. The number 11, the primary function of the alveoli is... We're on number 11 now if you're just joining us. And if you are just joining us, welcome. My name is Ollie. I do go live every single day covering anatomy and physiology topics. The answer is B, gas exchange. Number 12, what is the primary driver of ventilation? What's the primary driver of ventilation? This might trick some people up, but it's important to know. Number 10 was calcium. And the live replay of this will be on YouTube afterwards. It's linked in my bio. And then I also have study guides available on my website as well. The answer here is carbon dioxide levels. And carbon dioxide, the body regulates breathing primarily in response to our CO2 levels. Because carbon dioxide is what influences our blood pH. So a high CO2 would cause a lower blood pH, this would trigger increased ventilation. So this would increase ventilation. And then vice versa, if we had lower CO2 levels, we would raise our blood pH and then we would decrease ventilation. Yes, this would be helpful for Kaplan as well. Anything with anatomy and physiology, this will be helpful. But yeah, anything with anatomy and physiology, this kind of review is going to be helpful for you, for sure. Thanks for all the follows, guys. I really appreciate it. Moving on to 13, which muscle is responsible for inspiration? Inspiration. Awesome, guys. It is B, is the diaphragm. And number 14, the majority of oxygen is transported in the blood by... Thank you for the finger snap, Sunshine. I appreciate it. Finger hearts. Thank you. Awesome. It is B, hemoglobin. Number 15, a right shift in the hemoglobin, the right shift in the oxygen hemoglobin dissociation curve would indicate a right shift in the oxygen hemoglobin dissociation curve would indicate, helping me pass my paramedic course for real. Awesome, I'm so glad. But welcome everybody, thanks for joining and thanks for participating. I'm really happy to see everybody here. I really appreciate you guys joining and participating. Alrighty, so the answer here is going to be C. It increased oxygen unloading to tissues. So a right shift means that hemoglobin has a lower affinity for oxygen, allowing more O2 to be released into tissues. Alrighty, moving on. Number 16, which condition is characterized by the destruction of alveoli leading to reduced surface area for gas exchange? Which condition is characterized by the destruction of alveoli leading to reduced surface area for gas exchange? And hello everybody, welcome if you're just joining us. My name's Ollie. I do go live every single day covering anatomy and physiology topics. I do have a master's degree in molecular medicine and I've been teaching anatomy for about 5 years now. The answer to number 16 is emphysema, the condition that is characterized by the destruction of alveoli, which leads to reduced surface area for gas exchange. So the alveolar walls break down, basically reducing that surface area for gas exchange to occur. Alrighty, moving on to number 17. Hyperventilation leads to these practice tests will be on my website soon, but for now they'll be posted to YouTube afterwards. I'm making it so that everyone can download these because I do make a different test every day. I believe for the HESI it's around 300 to 350 questions. Awesome. But number 17, hyperventilation leads to B, respiratory alkalosis. So hyperventilation would cause excessive CO2 loss, so we would increase CO2 loss, which would increase our pH, making it more alkaline. Number 18, which structure prevents food from entering the trachea? For number 17, again, when we hyperventilate, we are increasing the amount of CO2 that we're losing, increasing our blood pH, making the pH more alkaline. So respiratory alkalosis. The answer is B. It is the epiglottis. The epiglottis is the structure that prevents food from entering the trachea. Moving on to number 19, the respiratory center control is located in the... Hello everybody, welcome into the live stream. If you're just joining and you're new here, my name is Ollie. I do these lives every single day, covering anatomy and physiology topics. Sometimes I don't go live on Saturdays, but for the most part, I will be live every single day covering anatomy and physiology topics or anything that you guys request. Tomorrow we're actually doing pharmacology. We're on number 19 now if you're just joining us. The live replays are on YouTube and that's linked in my bio, and then all my study guides are linked in my bio as well. The answer here is B. It is medulla oblongata. The medulla oblongata is what regulates our breathing rate and our rhythm. Moving on to number 20. Which lung volume is the maximum amount of air that can be exhaled after a maximum inhalation? Which lung volume is the maximum amount of air that can be exhaled after a maximum inhalation? Awesome, guys. You guys are killing it. Awesome, guys. The answer is C. It is vital capacity. Vital capacity is the total amount of air exhaled after a maximal inhalation. Moving on to 21, the primary site of nutrient absorption is the primary site of nutrient absorption is the. And if you're just joining us, welcome, welcome. It's so great to see you guys here. I appreciate you guys liking the live and joining the live and participating. My name is Ollie. I do go live every single day covering anatomy and physiology topics. I have about 60 questions here. I have 60. And then the live replay is on YouTube afterwards as well. It's linked in my bio. And then I do have all my study guides for anatomy and physiology in my bio as well. The primary site of nutrient absorption is the small intestine. And I do have a master's degree in molecular medicine. Thank you for this. Yes, no problem. Number 22, which enzyme breaks down starch into maltose? Which enzyme breaks down starch into maltose? Moving on to number 22 now, guys. Which enzyme breaks starch into maltose? A couple seconds. Awesome. It is B, amylase. Amylase breaks down starch into maltose. Amylase is produced by the salivary glands and the pancreas. So you have salivary amylase and you have pancreatic amylase. Moving on to 23, bile is produced in the. Some people do get this mixed up, but let's go over it. Awesome, guys. Awesome. It is C. It is produced by the liver and it is stored in the gallbladder. So produced and stored in the gallbladder. It's important that you remember the difference between that. And it releases it. So just because it also releases it, and just because something releases something doesn't mean it produces it. All right, moving on to number 24. Which hormone stimulates the release of digestive enzymes from the pancreas? Which hormone stimulates the release of digestive enzymes from the pancreas? And if you're just joining, welcome, welcome. So great to see you here. Thank you guys so much for liking the live. My name's Ollie. I have a master's degree in molecular medicine, and I go live every single day covering anatomy and physiology topics and anything that you guys request. So the answer to number 24 is B. It is CCK. A, gastrin. Gastrin stimulates stomach acid production. So this stimulates stomach acid production. Secretin is going to stimulate bicarbonate release from the pancreas. So this is bicarbonate release from the pancreas to neutralize stomach acid, but it does not stimulate enzyme release. And then ghrelin is answer choice D. It stimulates appetite, not enzyme secretion. So this has to do with appetite. But CCK is released in response to fats and proteins in the small intestine. And then it's going to stimulate pancreatic enzyme secretion in that regard. Number 25, the function of the large intestine is to. Gastrin equals HCl, yes. Awesome. The answer is B. It is to absorb water and electrolytes. So the large intestine, most of the nutrient absorption does not occur in the large intestine. It occurs in the small intestine. So it doesn't really digest protein either or store bile. So it just absorbs water and electrolytes, whatever is left from the remaining nutrients. Moving on to number 26, what structure prevents acid reflux? Give you guys a couple seconds to answer. Awesome, guys. Awesome. The answer choice here is B. It is the lower esophageal sphincter. The pyloric sphincter is what controls food passage from the stomach to the small intestine. You Ileocecal valve, that's the valve that separates the small intestine from the large intestine, and then our anal sphincter is what's going to control the release of feces, not necessarily acid reflux. Moving on to number 27, the main function of the stomach is... What is the main function of the stomach? Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Thanks for all the follows, guys. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for liking the live as well. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys a lot. You guys make this so much fun. So the answer here to 27 is A, protein digestion. So the stomach primarily just digests proteins using pepsin and hydrochloric acid. Lipid digestion occurs in the small intestine. Carbohydrate digestion begins in the mouth and continues in the small intestine. And the absorption of nutrients does not occur in the stomach, except for like some alcohol and medications. But in terms of nutrients, again, it's the small intestine. Alrighty, moving on to number 28. Which cells of the stomach secrete hydrochloric acid? Which cells of the stomach secrete hydrochloric acid? Which cells of the stomach secrete hydrochloric acid? And if you're just joining us, welcome. Thanks for joining. My name's Ollie. I do go live every single day covering A&P and other topics that you guys request. It's very nice to see you guys here. Lipid digestion occurs mainly in the small intestine with pancreatic lipase. Number 28, which cells in the stomach secrete hydrochloric acid? The answer is B, parietal cells. The parietal cells are going to produce hydrochloric acid. Chief cells produce pepsinogen, which become pepsin. When these are so it becomes pepsin when it gets activated by hydrochloric acid. And mucus cells secrete mucus to protect the stomach lining. G cells secrete gastrin. Oh, thank you for the gift. I saw someone send a gift. Thank you so much. Thank you for the finger hearts. I appreciate you. This is good notes. The time kind of depends. Tomorrow I will be live at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 1. I'll start at this time. And I'm doing pharmacology tomorrow. We're doing pharmacology tomorrow. It's been requested quite a bit, so we're doing pharm tomorrow, and then we'll be back with anatomy and physiology on Sunday. How long are the lives? The lives are normally anywhere between like an hour to 2 hours most of the time. But moving on to 29, what substance emulsifies fats for digestion? Thanks for the follows, guys. These tests will be posted as a doc on my website soon. They're not yet, but for now, the replay is going to be on YouTube afterwards if you've missed any. So definitely go subscribe over there. I do post them pretty much within the next 24 hours. I just have to, they end up being like an hour to 2 hours long, so it takes a little time to download it on my phone and then upload it to YouTube. This is prep for the anatomy and physiology portion for HESI and TEAS, but also this is good review for your anatomy and physiology classes, anything that would have to do with anatomy and physiology. Number 29, what substance emulsifies fats for digestion? The answer is bile. Bile emulsifies fats by breaking them down into smaller droplets for digestion by lipase. Number 30, the primary function of pancreatic lipase is to... The primary function of pancreatic lipase is to... Awesome, guys. Awesome. The answer is C. It is to digest fats. Lipase, lipid, lipase, enzyme. That's the digest lipids. I'll leave that up there, though. Number 31, the primary function of the lymphatic system is to... Excuse me. The primary system of the lymphatic system is to... guys a couple seconds to answer that one. So 31 is B. It is to return excess interstitial fluid to circulation. So the lymphatic system collects that fluid. It's the fluid that leaks from the capillaries into tissues, and it returns it into the bloodstream. This prevents swelling or edema. Number 32, lymph is filtered by which structures before returning to circulation? Lymph is filtered by which structures before returning to circulation? Awesome, it is lymph node. Answer choice A, lymph node. 33, what type of blood cell is primarily responsible for immunity? What type of blood cell is primarily responsible for immunity? Think of immunity. We can cover all these different answers here too. I'll give you guys a couple seconds to answer. Alright, so not necessarily the answer, but neutrophils are part of the innate immune system, and they fight off infections through phagocytosis. But they're not primarily responsible for immunity itself. They are responsible for fighting off infection. So this is more for infection. Eosinophils are more so in our allergic reactions. Basophils, these release histamine, so these would be responsible mainly for inflammation. And they're also involved in allergic reactions. But lymphocytes, specifically B and T cells, are the primary cells that are involved in our adaptive immunity. This includes producing antibodies, cell-mediated immunity. So these are the cells that are primarily responsible for the immunity aspect of our physiology. Yes, it is for parasitic also. Yes, neutrophils are for bacterial infections as well. Yep. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Moving on to number 34. The thymus is responsible for... And if you're just joining, welcome. My name is Ollie. I do go live every single day covering anatomy and physiology topics. I do appreciate you guys liking the live. You guys are awesome. I appreciate all the follows as well. Tomorrow we're actually going to go over pharmacology at about 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. This is what TikTok is for. I love this. I know, they're trying to ban this, you know? Like, come on, man. I'm just out here trying to help some people learn some anatomy and physiology. If anything, I'm teaching the Chinese about anatomy and physiology, you know? That's what they're so concerned about. Am I going to do microbiology? Yes, we will do microbiology. I'll probably do a comprehensive pharmacology one tomorrow. Unless... let me give you the answer to 34. I'll give you guys... My email's on my website, but if there's anything specifically you guys want me to cover in pharm, let me know. The answer here is B. It is maturing T cells. Number 35, which lymphatic organ is responsible for filtering the blood and recycling old red blood cells? So my email is also on my website, but it's medzeg.ollie@gmail.com. I'm doing pharmacology tomorrow. If there's any type of questions that you'd like to see on there tomorrow, or any type of topics in there, definitely throw them in there. Send me an email and I'll put them in. I haven't finished making the test yet, so... Pharmacology is mostly about the study of medications. Where can I find this on YouTube? It's linked in my bio, or it's my name. I'm going to put it here. This is my YouTube. So 35, which lymphatic organ is responsible for filtering the blood and recycling old red blood cells? That is B, the spleen. Again, this is my YouTube, and this is my email. Please send me some topic requests for pharmacology if you'd like. I want to know what you guys want as well for that. I was a pharmacy tech for 5 years too also, so I know a lot about pharmacology. It's one of my favorite topics, so definitely very excited to do one tomorrow. It's my first one. But 36, the lymphatic capillaries differ from blood capillaries because they... Lymphatic capillaries differ from blood capillaries because they... You always come up when I have a neuro exam soon. It knows what you need, yes. Mechanism of action, okay, gotcha. So the answer is they are more permeable than blood capillaries. They have larger openings, basically that allow fluid or proteins or even like certain cells to enter pretty easily. They do not transport red blood cells. Lymphatic capillaries and vessels actually do have valves. They prevent backflow of lymph. Carry oxygen is wrong just because they don't transport oxygen. Moving on to 37, the fluid in the lymphatic system originates from... The answer for 35 was B, the spleen. If you miss anything, the replay's on YouTube afterwards. Oh, thank you for the 9 goats, Lily. Thank you so much. Thank you for the gifts. Your gifts are greatly appreciated. They mean the world. You guys are too kind. Thanks for all the follows and thanks for all the likes on the live, guys. You guys are awesome. I am making a way for you to download these on my website. It's just I make a new one every day, so it's hard to make a bulk way for all these tests to get downloaded, and I'm programming that into my website right now. But number 37, the fluid in the lymphatic system originates from interstitial fluid, which is A. This is the fluid specifically that surrounds cells and leaks from capillaries. So number 38, which of the following is not a function of the lymphatic system? Which of the following is not a function of the lymphatic system? Awesome. So the answer is, for 38, which of the following is not a function of the lymphatic system? It does not regulate our body temperature. It does actually absorb dietary fats. The lymphatic system absorbs fats from the small intestine via lacteals. It's actually a secondary function of it as well. Moving on to number 39. Which of the following plays a role in non-specific immunity? If you're just joining us, welcome in. We're on number 39. We're covering some anatomy and physiology topics. Specifically for the HESI and TEAS, but this is... Oh, excuse me. Oh, my neck just cracked. Oh, my goodness. This is also a great review for your anatomy and physiology class or any exam that has, just anatomy and physiology on it. But which of the following plays a role in non-specific immunity? This is going to be our natural killer cells or NK cells. They are part of the innate, so non-specific immunity. They kill virus-infected and cancerous cells without needing any prior exposure. T lymphocytes are part of the adaptive or specific immunity. They target specific pathogens. Antibodies are produced by B cells, and they are part of the adaptive immunity system. Memory B cells provide long-term immunity, which is a little more specific. Well, it is specific rather than non-specific. But number 40, the lymphatic system helps maintain fluid balance by... Lymphatic system helps maintain fluid balance by... the replay of this live is going to be on YouTube afterwards. This is my YouTube, or it will be if you just look at the link in my bio as well. I am making a way for you guys to download this on my website. There will be a way for you to download it on my website soon. It's not ready yet. but I'm working on it. I'm programming it in now. The answer to number 40 is B, returning leaked plasma proteins to the blood. So the lymphatic system helps maintain fluid balance by returning leaked plasma proteins to the blood. It basically collects these plasma proteins that have leaked, and the leaked interstitial fluid and returns them to the bloodstream. This maintains our fluid balance and prevents swelling. Leave that up there. Number 41, the primary function of the kidneys is to... I'll always be between two and choose the wrong one. I feel like that always happens to me too, Tammy. Yo, I need USMLE questions, please. I know a lot of people have been reaching out about USMLE. I have not taken the USMLE, but if there's enough interest in it, I will actually purchase a copy of the USMLE and start making questions and start making content about that if there's enough request for it. But that is not something I have specific expertise in. I have a lot more expertise in like undergraduate and graduate level. The kidney chapter was the only chapter in all of A and B that killed me. Oh my goodness. So number 41. The primary function of the kidneys is to regulate blood pressure and filter waste. Number 42, the structural and functional unit of the kidney is the... Structural and the functional unit of the kidney is the... This anatomy is more so for like undergraduate level. It's for mainly preparing for us for the HESI or TEAS exam. The questions are more tailored towards that. But honestly, though, like this is just anatomy and physiology review. This is fantastic for anything that's going to have anatomy and physiology on it. You're still going to benefit from it. Number 40 was B, returning leaked plasma proteins to the blood. And if you missed anything, the replay is going to be on YouTube. It's linked in my bio. But so many people have been requesting for the HESI and TEAS, so that's kind of what I've been more focused on. But if enough people reach out to me via my email on my website, I would definitely be interested in purchasing a copy of the USMLE and start making questions tailored to that. Or really just anything. The answer is C, the structural and functional unit of the kidney is a nephron. This is actually really helpful. I'm learning about it in vet school. Awesome. Yes, this is helpful for nursing students. Do I ever do NCLEX review questions? I haven't done them, but I would be interested in doing it if people sent me an email about it. You're amazing. Thank you. You guys are amazing. You guys are incredible. You guys make this so much fun. We are on number 43 now, the primary function of the glomerulus. You guys have been answering that. I'll give you guys a couple more seconds, but we're on number 43 now. What is the primary function of the glomerulus? But yeah, normally I'm just focused on anatomy and physiology, but I definitely would be interested in branching out to other topics. Like tomorrow, I was a pharmacy tech for 5 years. I have a lot of I've taken pharmacology in undergrad and graduate school. I took medical pharmacology with the medical students, so I do have experience in that with both undergraduate pharmacology for pharmacy techs and graduate. So undergrad, I have 3 levels of pharmacology knowledge. So definitely can't wait to get that started tomorrow. But number 43, what is the primary function of the glomerulus? It is A, filtration. It filters blood, removes waste and excess substances. It also retains and maintains the proteins in cells. But moving on to number 44, the hormone that regulates sodium and water retention in the kidneys is... The hormone that regulates sodium and water retention in the kidneys is... I hope we can discuss clinical anatomy for the next... Yeah, we can definitely talk about it for sure. I did get access. I did get some anatomy textbooks from medical school. I have the clinical anatomy. I have the atlas, so we can definitely shoot me an email. I'm going to put my email here, but it's also on my website. I'm going to put my email here. I'm also interested in doing MCAT prep too, as people are interested in that too. MCAT. The answer is B. It is aldosterone. The hormone that regulates sodium and water retention in the kidneys is aldosterone. Aldosterone is released by our adrenal glands. It increases sodium retention and potassium excretion, which is going to help balance our water and blood pressure. Number 45. Which part of the nephron is primarily responsible for reabsorption? This is basically MCAT prep. Kidney is very high. Yeah, I know. What about NAplex? If you missed any questions, the live replay will be on YouTube afterwards. It's linked in my bio, but it's also, here's my YouTube as well. The answer is B. It is the proximal convoluted tubule. I will say it is if oh here, let me move on. Number 46, antidiuretic hormone or ADH acts on which part of the nephron? If you do send me a DM about questions, sometimes I do miss it. I apologize. I do get a lot of DMs, and most of them actually aren't even questions from you guys. Most of them are just like people sending me and sharing random videos with me that are nothing to do with anything relevant. So if I miss a question or two here and there, I apologize. I'm not ignoring you. Hello, is this for sonography program? It would be beneficial, but it's not directly for it. But if it has, anatomy and physiology, it will be helpful. But number 46, antidiuretic hormone, or ADH, acts on which part of the nephron? It is C. It is the collecting duct. ADH is going to increase water reabsorption and the collecting duct. It's going to reduce our urine output and concentrate our urine. Number 47, which substance is normally not found in urine? Normally not found in urine. We're doing 60. I do about, 30 to 60 questions live, but we have 60. Taking AMP2 right now. Awesome, Melissa. Thank you for the finger hearts. I appreciate you. It's good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. Awesome. Thank you for hitting us. Thank you for getting us to the goal today on the live. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, Melissa. You're awesome. It's always good to see you. It's good to see you again. Melissa is pretty good regular. Best tutor. Thank you. Thank you. I believe, Melissa, you said you took your TEAS or HESI recently, right? I believe so. Second last final tomorrow morning. I can't believe I understand this. I'm so excited. Awesome. Good to hear you. Good to hear you as well. Number 47, which substance is not normally found? Is glucose. Awesome. TEAS tomorrow. Good luck. You got this, Bethany. You got this. Don't be scared. Don't be nervous. You got this. But glucose is normally reabsorbed in the proximal tubule. So if it's present in urine, in glycosuria, this would indicate diabetes. So if this is present, we may have the patient at risk for diabetes. I'm going to need all your help. I'm taking it at the beginning of May. Awesome. Good luck. Good luck. You got this. Yes, took the HESI, passed with a 96, all because of you. Awesome. Thank you, Melissa. I remember, I was going to say, I remember you took it recently. But Melissa's always in the chat. It's always good to see you. But good luck. I'm taking the DAT. Oh my goodness. Good luck on that. I know that's a hard exam. Number 48, if the kidney's filtration rate decreases, what happens to blood pressure? Oh, you're also taking taking the exam. Awesome. Taking it 1 week from today. Awesome. Good luck, guys. Thanks. You've been helpful. Awesome. I'm so glad that I was able to be helpful. Anyway, that's all I'm trying to do is just help people out. So I'm glad that this is of any help in any way. It's definitely the plan. Number 48, if the kidney's filtration rate decreases, what happens to blood pressure? It is going to increase. It's because a reduced filtration rate would lead to fluid retention, and it would increase our blood pressure due to the activation of the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system. So that's a terrible R. The renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system. Alrighty. Moving on to number 49. What structure carries urine from the kidneys to the bladder? Take mine on Monday. Good luck, Becca. You got this. I am not T. Sometimes my comments glitch, so if I miss something, I'm so sorry. I'm not taking anything, but I'm still watching for some reason. Thanks, Em. I appreciate it. I'm glad. I hope that, I think I had someone yesterday in the live was like, yeah, like I'm in marketing, but I'm watching this just because it's fun. And I was like, that's awesome. Like, I'm glad. That makes me happy. So why does the blood pressure increase? So when we reduce our filtration rate, so reduced filtration rate would lead to fluid retention. And whenever we retain fluid, it increases the amount of pressure because we're keeping fluid in our blood system. So we increase the blood pressure, mainly due to that system that we call the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, or RAAS. But number 49, what structure carries urine from the kidneys to the bladder? That is the ureter. So you're going to know the difference between the ureter and... I'm sorry, I highlighted the wrong one. Ureter. My dyslexia kicked in. The ureter is from the kidneys to the bladder. The urethra is from the bladder to the outside. Moving on to number 50. Which condition is characterized by a sudden decrease in kidney function? Excuse me. I'm an accounting and finance major with a deep appreciation for medicine. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, medicine is so interesting, honestly. I actually kind of wish I would have did finance in college. I think I would have, I don't know. I wish I would have learned more about it. But we are on the kidney now. This is helping so much. Awesome. I'm so glad. I'm so glad it's helping. Thanks for sharing the live, everybody. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I think my phone's listening to me because I just learned about all this in bio lecture today. I'm glad. Yes, I listened to your bio lecture too today. I'm just kidding. I did not. Number 50. Which condition is characterized by a sudden decrease in kidney function? This is going to be acute renal failure. Acute renal failure. Remember, acute basically means it occurs suddenly due to some sort of injury, infection, or if we're exposed to some sort of toxin. Chronic kidney disease is so chronic means more long-term, so this is going to be more progressive. And the key word here was sudden decrease. Kidney stones are like the mineral deposits that cause obstruction, but they're not necessarily going to cause kidney failure. And a UTI, or a urinary tract infection, it does affect the bladder and the urethra, but it doesn't affect any loss of kidney function. Hopefully that made sense. Moving on to 51. In males, sperm production occurs in the... Make sure I didn't miss any questions. We can watch this rewatch this later. Yes. It'll be on YouTube afterwards. This is my YouTube. It's also linked in my bio, as well as my my study guides for anatomy and physiology. But anything that you guys need from me, extra resources, are in my bio. Awesome. Thank you for the finger hearts. Hocus pocus. Thank you so much. Number 51. I got one more. Thank you for the monkey hocus pocus. I appreciate you. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys so much. But 51, it is the seminiferous tubules. So sperm production occurs... So the seminiferous tubules inside the testes are the site of spermatogenesis. This is where sperm cells are produced. Answer choice A, the prostate gland. It produces fluid that's part of the semen, but it doesn't produce semen. The epididymis is where it stores mature sperm, but it doesn't produce them. And the vas deferens is what's going to be what transports sperm from the epididymis to the urethra during ejaculation. I always have trouble saying the epididymis. These are great questions. You're awesome. No, you are awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I do personally create these. Yes, I do get feedback from them. I make them myself, and I have a couple nursing friends, and I have someone that does make the test, and I get their feedback on the questions, and then, But basically, there's a little bit of a team that goes into it, but I make them, and then they tailor them a little bit better towards the exam. Am I Polish by any chance? I actually am Polish, yes, a little bit of Polish. Polish and Hungarian, actually. Mainly Hungarian, but there's a little Polish in there. 52, which hormone triggers ovulation? You guys have been answering this one already, but the answer here is going to be C. It is luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone triggers ovulation, which ovulation is the release of the egg from the ovary. Estrogen is going to help regulate our menstrual cycle, and it's going to promote follicle growth, but it does not directly cause ovulation. Keyword directly. Progesterone maintains the uterine lining after ovulation, but it does not trigger ovulation. Essentially, it's going to prepare us for pregnancy. And follicle-stimulating hormone is going to stimulate follicle development, but does not trigger ovulation. Guess that from your last name, Greens. Okay, no, my last name is actually Hungarian, but I do have Polish in me. That's where the name comes from, at least. That's where my family immigrated from. 53, what structure transports the fertilized egg to the uterus? Let's see if I missed any questions. If I missed any questions, I apologize. I need some for the cardiovascular system, including blood flow to certain parts of the body. Yes, we can. I'll definitely create some more questions tailored to that as well. But what structure transports the fertilized egg to the uterus? That is going to be our fallopian tubules or uterine tubules, or tubes, sorry. They transport the fertilized egg to the uterus, and fertilization typically occurs at the ampulla at the fallopian tubes. And number 54, the placenta serves all the following functions except. So number 54, the placenta serves all the following functions except. We did some hard questions earlier today. We can talk about it a little bit after the questions. But let me know what you guys want to. Number 54. The answer is D. The placenta does not produce red blood cells for the fetus. Instead, the fetal liver and bone marrow produces them. But it is the placenta exchanges nutrients between the mother and the fetus. The placenta is going to facilitate oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange, which is answer is B. And C, hormone production is false because the placenta produces hormones. Such as it was HCG, estrogen, and progesterone. Hopefully that made sense. I don't see any questions. Alrighty. Moving on to number 55. In males, testosterone is produced in the... And if you're just joining, welcome in everybody. My name is Ollie. I do go live every single day covering anatomy and physiology topics or topics that you guys request. I do have a master's degree in molecular medicine, and I've been teaching anatomy and physiology for about 5 years now, and I post the live replays of these on YouTube. It's linked in my bio. And then I also have study guides and notes for anatomy and physiology that I took whenever I was in the class to get an A. I also got 100% on my final exam, and they're linked in my bio as well for you guys to download. In males, testosterone is produced by... I'll give you guys a couple more seconds. The answer is Leydig cells. I teach college class. I teach college students. But the answer was Leydig cells. Leydig cells are what are going to produce testosterone in response to luteinizing hormone stimulation. Epididymis is what's going to store and mature sperm. Seminiferous tubules produce sperm, but Sertoli cells within them is what support sperm development rather than produce testosterone. And the prostate gland is going to secrete fluid that's part of semen, but does not produce testosterone. Do I think pharmacy tech is a good course or not? That depends. I was a pharmacy tech for 5 years. I personally... these are more physiology questions. Do I think pharmacy tech is a good course or not? That depends. I actually want to make some pharmacy tech content here soon. Are people interested in pharmacy tech content? I have a bunch of I have funny stories. I have... I did my pharmacy tech in just a couple weeks, but if anyone's interested, I would be more than happy to make some content that's tailored to that. I have a bunch of resources for pharmacy tech stuff. I did mine super fast. Thank you so much. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for the heart target and the roses. You guys are awesome. Just to be interested. What do students do in the labs? Yes, I'm going to take the state exam for pharmacy tech. Awesome, yes. I definitely will start producing stuff for that. I loved being a pharmacy tech. The actual workflow of a pharmacy tech, though, not always can be a little rough. There's a lot of work, especially. It gets very busy. Do Leydig cells have another name? They're also known as interstitial cells. It's mainly because they're located in the interstitial space between the seminiferous tubules and the testes. Did I answer your question, Allison? Am I able to print these practice questions off? Yes, soon. You mean no more job opportunities? No, there's plenty of opportunities. Yeah, there's plenty. Honestly, I would argue that there's a shortage right now. I stopped working at it as one in December. Definitely short-staffed, for sure. Number 56, and we'll move down here. 56, which gland is considered the master gland of the endocrine system? But yeah, we'll get on the pharmacy tech content, guys. I appreciate the feedback. It's something I've been thinking about doing, but I wasn't sure about the interest in it, so I appreciate that. Now the answer is C, the pituitary gland. The hypothalamus is our master regulator. So master regulator is the hypothalamus. Essentially, the pituitary gland is our master gland because it's going to regulate many other of the endocrine glands through hormones like luteinizing hormone, follicle-stimulating hormone, ACTH, TSH, growth hormone, prolactin, all those type of things. Moving on to number 57. Oops. 57, which hormone lowers blood glucose levels? I just studied... Oops. Question went away. I studied these content things. Yeah, no problem. Awesome, guys. Awesome. The answer is insulin. Insulin lowers blood glucose. Glucagon is going to increase blood glucose. It promotes glycogen breakdown in the liver. Number 58, the adrenal medulla produces. And also, I probably would ask and know the difference between the adrenal cortex produces. The adrenal medulla produces epinephrine and norepinephrine. Can anyone tell me what the adrenal cortex produces? It's important to know the difference. D, yes, cortisol. So the adrenal cortex produces cortisol, and the adrenal medulla produces epinephrine and norepinephrine. Awesome, guys. Awesome. I know that is something that people get really tripped up on. Number 59, which hormone regulates metabolism? And if you are just joining us, welcome in. Hold on, TikTok thinks I am inactive. I have to do my little inactivity game on here. But if you are just joining, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Ollie. I have a master's degree in molecular medicine, and I go live every single day covering anatomy and physiology topics or any topics that you guys request. But the hormone that regulates metabolism is going to be thyroxine, or T4. So our thyroid is mainly responsible for regulating metabolism and energy levels, and the thyroid gland produces T4, or thyroxine. Last question here of the day, guys. Parathyroid hormone, PTH, primarily regulates what? First time joining. This was fun. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm so glad. Do I ever cover diabetes? Yeah, I do some diabetes questions. Enjoy your night. Thank you. 60 is B. It is calcium levels. So parathyroid hormone increases blood calcium levels by stimulating bone reabsorption, or calcium reabsorption. It also increases the activity of osteoclasts to break down bone tissue to release it out into the bloodstream. That was all the questions I had today, guys. Again, the replay is going to be on YouTube afterwards. I do have to get going, but I'll take any quick questions, just anything that's quick. YouTube, the replay will be on YouTube. It's linked in my bio, and then I have my study guides and my notes for A&P on my website, which is Medzeg. That's also linked in my bio. And I will be live again tomorrow, probably around 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going over pharmacology tomorrow. I'm going to put my email down here. And if you want to send me any sort of pharmacology topic request, here's my email. It's also available on my website. Awesome. Thank you guys for the live gifts. I appreciate you guys. I'm writing down this information real quick. Thank you. I will be back because now you're my tutor. Awesome. I'm so glad. Do I have any endocrine YouTube videos? Yes, I do. There are some endocrine videos that we did for sure. There's a couple, like, specifically just endocrine live streams. They're labeled on there. It should have it on the thumbnail too. At gmail.com. Any microbiology? Yes, I'm willing to go over microbiology. I would definitely be willing to make a microbiology live stream. Send me an email about like what topics specifically for it. Let me make sure I didn't miss any questions. Do I cover CMMA content? So, yeah, sometimes I do. Love this current nursing student anatomy and physiology. Awesome. Thanks, Doc. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'll be making some more harder questions for you guys to download. Anything. I do have stuff that we can do for that. Definitely send me an email. Also send me like the name of your textbook. I'd be more than happy to buy the textbook to get, go through material. I love learning. So I'm more than happy to go ahead and buy a textbook. How do we download? I'm making it on my website. I'm currently coding it in so everyone can download all the practice tests that I make. Heart function and flow trips me up. What's the best way to remember? The best way to remember is to practice going through it. The way that I always drew out the heart. Well, thanks for the rose, Kim, and thanks for the gifts. If I missed you sending a gift, I do appreciate it. The way that I always did the flow is I would start with 4 squares, and then I would draw kind of a crappy. I could do that a little better. Like a crappy heart. Man, I did this better like last week. Then we have our inferior and superior vena cava. This is our right atria, right ventricle, left atria, left ventricle. So just draw the blood from the inferior, superior vena cava into the right atrium, through the tricuspid valve, into the right ventricle. Then it's going to go out through our pulmonary arteries to our lungs, through our pulmonary valve. And the way to remember the atrioventricular valves, try before you buy. So tricuspid valve before you bicuspid valve. They're going to return through the pulmonary arteries into the left atrium, through the bicuspid valve, left ventricle, aortic valve, out to the aorta to the rest of the body, and back, and so forth. So just practice drawing it out like that. It doesn't have to be a perfect diagram. Can I scroll up? Yes, absolutely. I missed any more questions? Any more quick questions here before I get going, guys? I do appreciate you guys joining, following, and liking the live. You guys are awesome. I do have to get going, but I'll take any other quick questions here. I do have some blood flow videos on my TikTok. I would definitely recommend watching those. I should have them organized by playlist and stuff too, so. Any other quick questions? First time here, I'll be back for sure. Awesome. Yes, thank you for your time. Thank you for your time, guys. Do I want to do calc videos? Not right now. Don't get me wrong. I got an A in calc. I actually got 100 on in calc, but I hate calc. This is good for radiology. Yes, for the anatomy and physiology portion. Yes. Lipedic. Yes. Thank you. I'll be back every live I can. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Thank you. One other thing I would do the lymphatic system. I think I have a lymphatic system live. It might be combined with another one, but let me see. I'm gonna look on my YouTube real quick. I do. It was from a while ago though, so it might. Do you guys want a lymphatic system live on Sunday? USMLE soon will be waiting. Yeah, John, if you could send me an email, it'd be because I'm not very familiar with the USMLE. I'm willing to get the book. I just need a little help. If you want to send me an email, I will buy the USMLE and I will make content. But I just might ask some questions or something, or what's good or what type of questions or anything. But send me an email. I'll respond. Yes, I do upload my videos to YouTube. But yeah, we can do a lymphatic system specific live on Sunday or Monday, whatever. Very expensive. Awesome. Did I cover the circulatory system yet? Yes, I do have. Need help with AMP2? Yeah, I do have some lives on on YouTube replayed on there already. But we'll keep doing. I'll send you the first. I think you don't have to send me the book, but definitely if you want to, kind of guide me in the direction. Thank you for the GGs. I appreciate that. Just kind of guide me what kind of content or type of questions I could make for practice. That would be helpful. But I will definitely look into it. It's just not, I will admit, it's not something that I have experience with, but I'm more than happy to get experience in it. Yes, I do have digestive system study guides on my website as well, lymphatic study guides. I do have some digestive live streams up as well, I believe. Let me double check. Might have been a while since we've done one. It has been a while since I've done one, so I will do maybe Sunday. We will hit lymphatic and digestive system specifically. Because tomorrow we're doing pharmacology. Oh, email. Kindly respond. Awesome. Excited for farm tomorrow. Can I do nervous system? Yes. How do I find the study sheet? My study guides are on my bio. And then I do have a couple nervous system ones on there as well. I did a lot of nervous system stuff a little while ago. I definitely would do some more. Sunday time, not sure yet. Probably later in the day. Thanks for all the follows, guys. I really appreciate it. Were there any other quick questions? Also, if you're interested in the pharmacology and want to see any after-pay type options. Yeah, there should be. Yeah, there should be a way that you can have like a payment thing. I don't think there's any like interest on it. I think it's called afterpay. Actually, it's called afterpay, I believe. Thanks, no problem. Yeah, I do have videos on the muscular and skeletal system on YouTube already. I definitely will be making some more, but yeah, they're up there somewhere. I have a playlist, an anatomy and physiology live playlist, practice exam playlist. So definitely check that out. It'll be on there. I've been trying to label the days. Am I good at nutrition? Yes, I have taken a few nutrition courses and things like that. The three circuits of the heart: the pulmonary circuit, which is where we're getting deoxygenated blood from the heart to the lungs to become oxygenated, and then we're returning that back to the heart. Systemic circuit is what delivers oxygenated blood from the heart to the rest of the body and returns the deoxygenated blood back. And then the coronary circuit are the coronary veins and arteries that supply the heart muscle itself, and then bring it back to the heart through the coronary veins and sinus. Am I in mid school? No, I'm not. I'm actually currently I'm interviewing for PhD programs right now. I'm trying to get my PhD and focus more so in researching for, researching at hospitals as opposed to being a physician. I have a master's degree in molecular medicine. Oh my god, that's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Do I have an endocrine system and central nervous system? The central nervous system study guide is not up yet, but it's about to be. I do have nervous system questions on YouTube, and then the endocrine system, I have a lot of stuff on my website for study guide wise, and then I do have endocrine system practice exams. Yes. Worries with NIH cuts? Yep, absolutely. I've already gotten rejection letters. Because of that, actually, I got 3 rejections from schools because the funding was cut for the PhD programs. So, yep, there's definitely a lot of worries. So, unfortunately, but if not, I'm trying to get a teaching job, teaching anatomy and physiology. So, if that fails, that's the plan. Is it the National Health Career Association? Is that? Yeah, you can't do your job. Good quality research. Exactly. Yeah, it's very sad. What do you mean by experience? I've experience with the certified pharmacy technician exam through them, if that's what you're asking for, or a medical assistant. But I missed that comment. Sorry. Yes, it'll be on YouTube afterwards. Yep, it should be up. It'll probably be tomorrow morning. Medical assistant. I do. Yeah, I am. I do have experience with that. I don't think it's too bad. I think it's pretty. It would probably be pretty. I always catch you at the end. Oh my goodness. Well, tomorrow I'll be back earlier in the day. I don't think it's too hard. Definitely, something you gotta keep up with, but I don't think it's too bad. Alrighty, guys. I'm going to get going. I appreciate you guys a lot. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. I always talk about, I can never stop talking about how supportive you guys are and how fun you guys make this. I only do A and P. As of right now, yes, I've done some. I've done some psychology. I'm almost done with my medical assistant. I'm stressed with this. Don't be stressed. You definitely got this. Yeah, no, it definitely won't be too bad. I promise. Just general metabolism. So the thyroid gland is what is going to regulate metabolism. So the thyroid gland produces T4. Microbiology anytime soon. Yeah, I definitely would be interested in it. Send me an email in terms of like what topics for microbiome you'd want to see. I think too much into questions. Me too, honestly. I have to take notes when I make questions. I hate digital exams. I do have to get going, guys. If you want microbiology, send me an email. My email's right here. Send me an email. It's on my website as well. My MA program is not too hard or easy, but it's very too awesome. Oh no, you definitely don't need to get anxiety of it. But good night, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for joining. Love you guys. Have a great night. I do have to get going. I apologize, but have a great night, guys.